anime tourist. The phrase has recently come back into the spotlight in a major way thanks to a lovely little bit of anitube drama stemming from a video the anime men did where they went through every first episode of the most popular anime from the years 1961 all the way through to 2025 and ranked them in a tier list. Now, while I may be very envious that I didn't come up with this idea, and that I wish I had done it first, what I'm not envious of is the sheer amount of backlash they got for uploading said tier list. Look, when Joey is making a video in regards to you being a negative in the community, oh, you know you done fucked up. Through the course of the video, it becomes evidently apparent that these guys don't have the best grasp of what good anime is, and have now become perceived as nothing more than anime tourists, and have made their entire identity off of the age-old logic of faking it until you make it. Their tier list feeling more like one big veiled way of saying, anime has only been good in the last 5 years, guys, and exposing that all they care about is a good fight scene, rather than anything like, oh, I don't know, a good story, compelling characters, interesting plot, and character developments, long unfolding stories, and moral dilemmas that face the main characters. So basically they just confirmed that they're JJK fans. Now, I personally have a pretty major amount of vitriol for this tier list, and to a certain extent the crew themselves, but not for the reasons you may think. I watched the video, and boy, to say these lads have some tremendously L takes is a drastic understatement. I mean, look, to place certain anime like Eva and I'm not even a fan, but Dragon Ball so low is just an insult to what those anime did for the landscape of anime in general, and unbelievably disrespectful to some of the greatest creators in history. It's frankly a joke, and to say I was angry while watching this, there are no words to describe how angry I was when I saw where they ranked Eva. I was not happy. But what really makes me angry are these two specific clips.
Dragon Ball. I don't want anyone attacking me for what I'm about to say, but what the hell did I just watch? Goku with a tail. I've never seen that before.
I was one of them. I used to hate anime my whole entire life until 2020. The first actual anime episode I ever watched was the first episode of Down. It was so good.
See, I'm not angry they don't share my views on anime, and specifically what a good anime is, because that's the beauty of anime. It's an extremely subjective medium, and what one person loves, another hates. That's just how anime is. I mean, hell, I love harems and cannot stand the isekai genre at all. And there are plenty of people that are the opposite. They love isekais and think harems are gross. Anime is like a soft drink. No matter who you are, there is one that is a flavor perfect for you that you will have with every meal. So I bet you're asking, what is it about this video that actually makes me angry? Well, it's as simple as the fact that these guys are posers. Yeah, that's right. I broke out the P word, because this channel is predicated on being a top of the mountain channel in the anitube space at the moment. These guys, who are supposed to know what they're talking about, and in just one video, they tore that perception all down by showing what they are. Posers who, unfortunately, have never actually been real die-hard fans of anime, ever. Just to clarify, it's not their success that gets me annoyed. I mean, this is a hard environment to get traction in, so I don't fault anyone who gets an audience. even when I may thoroughly disagree with how they may come by the audience. No, it's the fact that I know full well there are some amazing anime channels that have less than 1/10 of the subscribers these guys do that actually are longtime fans of anime, and more specifically, who know what they're talking about. The kind of people that suffered for the art and stuck by it despite it being an absolute laughingstock when we were younger. Those are the people that deserve the views and attention. Not these goobers. The people that I'm talking about didn't just jump on the bandwagon when the world shut down and everyone exhausted literally every other form of entertainment before finally turning to anime as a last-ditch attempt to not be bored after making their 78,493rd sourdough loaf. And before anyone thinks it, no, I'm not talking about myself or my channel here. To be frank, I don't really care if this channel ever gets more than the 165 subs I have. Don't get me wrong, I love subs. They're very helpful. It's great to see that number go up, but I don't do this for attention. Well, I guess to say that is actually a bit of an oxymoron, but I stand by it. See, I used to be a musician in a number of small bands in my local area. We never did anything major, and frankly, we were small time. We played a few venues. That's it. I'm not pretending like I was some big musician. I wasn't. I was just some kid with a bass or a drum set, depending on the band I was in at the time, and I played music. But it doesn't annoy me that we didn't get very far as musicians. For me, the attention was never a thing I particularly liked. Don't get me wrong, I like being a goofball, I like making people laugh, and I do like having an audience to watch me. But that's not where my fulfillment came from. I loved performing and creating. It was a reward in of itself to get to play with my friends. I didn't really care who watched me, or if there was even an audience. And that's the exact way I treat my channel. Everything I make is because I think it's good, or I think it's funny. I make videos because I love creating, and if that joy ever goes away, then hell, my channel will become a weird historical record to prove that I once existed when I am gone, and I'm perfectly happy with that. I don't upload to YouTube to try and build some kind of brand or anything like that. I upload here because it's fun, and I enjoy talking about the things that I talk about. So that's why I do it. But back to the topic at hand. In all the kerfuffle of the drama, it made me take a moment and actually think. Well, Berk, am I an anime tourist? Don't get me wrong, I've been a fan of anime for as long as I can remember. I was the one weird kid in secondary school obsessed with Death Note and got very heavily bullied for it. I have indeed suffered for my fandom. The reason I question myself, though, is because I realize I actually haven't watched a big chunk of the shows on this tier list. I know the names of a lot of them, and know the stories behind certain anime like Kimba the White Lion, being straight up ripped off for the Lion King, but I am severely lacking in first-hand experience with a lot of these shows. Hell, I only just watched Evangelion this past year for the first time. But at least I do know that Goku has a fucking tail, so hey, got one up on those guys. But I had to take a good, hard look at myself in the mirror and truly question my level of fandom, and the answer I came to may kind of shock you, because the answer that I came to is no, I am not an anime tourist. You may feel kind of clickbaited there and kind of hoodwinked, but let me just say, what I am is an incredibly neglectful anime fan. I have just avoided watching certain shows, sometimes just because I'm told they're good. As simple as that. I'm bad with that kind of thing. I didn't watch Breaking Bad for like 7 years. I am the king of putting things off because someone tells me it's good. And I need that to change. And that's why I devised a wonderful way to experience these legendary shows and make some videos about my experience with it. Ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between, hold on to your butts, 'cause I present to you the Wheel of Anime! That's right, this baby here is how I'll be experiencing all the shows that I have missed and feel are vitally important to any anime fan to truly consider themselves a capital A, capital F anime fan. Now, do not get me wrong, there are some truly dog shit shows on this wheel, and some brilliant, breathtaking shows as well. And thankfully, there are some shows on here that I have already watched, so when it comes to rewatching those shows and talking about them, that's gonna be real easy. But I am going to steal a little bit of an idea from the video that first started this whole thought process for me. No, not this one. Not this video. No, fuck this video. No. I had this video. I had this idea for this a long time ago, a lot further back than this. Just happened to wonderfully coincide. No. The video that I'm talking about is one of Joey's videos from a year ago, I think, where he took a very pretentious quote-unquote tier list and ranked those shows according to his tier list. And that made me think, man, I've not watched a lot of these shows. I really should. And that's why I'm going to be including a little bit of a tier list idea to this. That's right. Once I have watched each show, I'm going to stick them on my tier list using my own parameters for what each tier is called. But, to make it a little bit easier on myself, for a show that's like obscenely long, or let's say has 5 seasons, my approach is going to be, I'm going to watch the first season, or to the end of the first major arc. Just to make it so I'm not having to literally watch the entire of shows like Naruto or Bleach. Because, hey, I don't have a goddamn lifetime to make these videos. I do, but cut me some slack, okay? I'll watch it all eventually if I like it. If not, then yeah, screw that. And I'll make sure to be ranking all of them on my handy-dandy tier list, which isn't made yet. I'll make it at some point. I'm literally recording this 2 days before I go to Japan for 2 weeks. I am filming this in a blind panic, so the tier list isn't ready. I have the wheel ready because I've been slowly adding to it for a while, but I don't have the tier list ready. Or what the tiers are going to be. We'll see how that goes when the time comes. I think that'll be funny. I've got a few ideas. I mean, the top one's going to be called Desert Island anime, and only 5 will be allowed in there, in accordance to Desert Island Discs. It's a radio thing here in England. But everyone knows the game. Everyone knows the game Desert Island book, where you can have 5 books to take with you to a desert island. Look, it makes sense, okay? The journey to being a better anime fan starts with a single step. So why not bring everyone who happens to watch along for the ride with me? And we can all grow as fans together. Let's take the negativity that has been this horrifically large drama and turn it into a positive of getting a good excuse to watch a shitload of anime. I intend to start this process once I am back from Japan, because again, going for 2 weeks in 2 days. Really didn't plan on making this video as quickly as I did, but my brain decided now's the time, because ADHD is a wonderful thing. And I just decided, screw it, let's make this video now, rather than, wait till I'm back from a 2-week vacation. that I've not all been rushing to film content for, because I'm not here for 2 weeks, and I'm the king of procrastination. And fun fact, I wrote this entire script and outline and synopsis while I was at work today, on my lunch, because my brain just decided now's the time. So, yeah, sorry if this seems rushed and kind of all over the place, but anxiety will do things to you, you know? That's just how things goes. So this winter will be a lot of hot cocoa, warm blankets, and some cool anime on the television. I'll be growing as a person and fan of this brilliant art form we have all come to love and defend so vigorously. But yeah, I wanted to make a video about the weirdness that this drama has caused in our community, and more specifically, announce my little series that I plan on doing. I do hope that you will join me as I watch some true, utter trash, and so many treasures alike. That's it for this video. Short, simple, to the point, and hopefully someone watches. Hopefully. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button, as well as sharing to anyone you think needs to be a better anime fan and stop being so anime tourist. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell a stranger on a train that this is where you'll find the funky freshest of very, very dumb content. And wherever you are in the world, I hope you are having a sugoi morning, afternoon, or evening, or generally one hell of a day. And I will see you in that next video. Sayonara. Bye-bye.